right, so this is where the Bobcat has landed. I have it at my friend's mechanic shop where there's lots of tools. I'm going to start working on it. So the machine has engine problems. It is a 2001 Bobcat 883. So far I have pulled the exhaust off of the top here to gain some access. I took the alternator off. We pulled the valve cover, checked the push rods. They're still good. The valves seem okay. I scoped in through the glow plug hole on this first cylinder here, and there is oil pulled on top of the piston. From my reading, these are notorious for blowing head gaskets. So fingers crossed, it's just a head gasket. I'm not sure what other damage occurred. It could have hydrolocked the motor, who knows. So my plan today, getting started on this project, I'm going to try to remove the turbo off the back side and remove the head. So I'll bring you along and we'll see if we can get this thing running. All right, the turbo bolts are free, and I noticed some oil coming out of the turbo. At first I thought, well, maybe the turbo's blown, but it's on the exhaust side, so this actually goes in line with the blown head gasket. So the oil would get into the head, then pump through the exhaust, through the turbo, and make tons of smoke. So we're going to continue on the path of pulling the head to see if the head gasket's bad. What I have set up for this, I have my number 1 cylinder marked. I believe that's how you read these ones. They go from the timing belt side. And then I made this little box here with separate compartments so I can put all the push rods and each individual part from each cylinder in its own little compartment to try to keep everything straight. All right, so we got the head off, and sadly it was not as easy as just a bad head gasket, as you know, I was probably figuring. So this piston, it ate a glow plug and it got hammered, so it's peened up real bad. The cylinder walls aren't terrible, but they're not great. The problem is on this side right here, I don't know if you can see that, there's a hairline crack that goes all the way through. So I'm going to need to do some research. If anybody out there knows if this is repairable by sleeving, put it down there in the comments. So we know that this piston is definitely hammered, needs a sleeve and a piston for sure. And then on the head, this valve is definitely bent a little bit. If it's how much damage it caused, I'm not 100% sure, but definitely that valve's bent. This surface is peened up a little bit, but maybe salvageable. This valve took some damage too, but at least it's still flat. So I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this and start pricing out some stuff. So follow along and we'll see if this is fixable or not.